Hello and welcome to
Illuminatter.
with me, Lindsay.
And me, Gaz, the other one.
Gary. Fuck Gaz, he's dead now. He's dead to us.
Oh.
No, he's not dead. That's just a conspiracy.
I'm Gary. I'm from another podcast, but I'm visiting.
What's your podcast, Gary? Big up.
Oh, it's Big Brother Radio / My Little Lie.
Oh, now you're on a third one.
I know.
What a whore.
I know. I'm all over the place. I'm like Gemma Collins.
I saw Gemma Collins on This Morning recently. She's going, "Oh, I'm just good TV. Don't matter what you say, I'm just good TV." It's like, well, that's
Did you see it the other day? It's like she was on a program the other day and she scratched her nether regions
What program?
and then sniffed her fingers. And then asked her assistant to sniff her
I
fingers.
heard about this, I think. Oh,
And it turned out she had a yeast infection.
Oh, that's nice.
I know.
I'm glad we've started.
That's not what this is about. It's
listen,
about Stranger Things, believe it or not.
This is the Illuminatter podcast, which was once just a twinkle in our eye, and that's a real thing. And it's only going to continue if you actually listen to this. So think on.
Like
now,
and subscribe. Donate to our Patreon.
We've got a T-shirt. It's me and Gary. There's an alien on it, and I'm in one eye, and Gary's in the other eye. We're both like this, like Mulder and Scully.
Well, they can't see us when you say we're like this.
Well, they can imagine. We've got someone laughing in the corner here.
This is filmed for a live studio audience.
He ain't even laughing at us. Laughing at someone on his fucking phone. See?
No, he's laughing at us.
Someone likes it.
Yeah, we've got our first fan. This mysterious man in black in the corner.
So we're going to kick off with Gary. Has got a very interesting and quite rare, I think, conspiracy to talk about.
Well, yes, Lindsay, I dug it up this morning.
I've never heard of it. So let's get Illuminattering about this.
We've got to work on our
Illumitwattered.
Illumitwattered.
We're already that.
Yeah, anybody who doesn't like us, you're an Illumitwatter.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, this comes from in Scotland.
Oh.
Can I do the accent?
Ask our Scottish friends if they're good to do it. Johnny, any good?
Bonnie, Scotland. And basically, this theory is that haggises are
is that
real
the plural of
animals.
Is that the plural of haggis? Haggises?
Or is it haggai? Haggis.
Hold on, haggis is a real animal.
They're real animals, but they've been hidden by the Scottish government. So Nicola Sturgeon out there, she's hiding them because they don't want them to be hunted down.
Right.
So they came up with the story that it's actually that it's just like, what is it? They say it's a stomach with a sheep's stomach with other bits inside it. Right. But really, a haggis is an actual creature that Scotland are trying to keep from the rest of the world.
But why? Why are they trying to keep it a secret?
Nobody knows. It's a conspiracy, if there was an answer. So haggai are real?
Okay. Where'd you hear about this?
On the internet. So it must be true.
So what animal are they? It's a separate species called the haggis.
Well, there's various things. It's like, people are saying, could the meal have been invented and they named it haggis to draw attention away from the bird?
Right. What bird?
They say it's a bird.
Suddenly you drop that into conversation.
Sorry. Yes, it's a bird.
Where's the wings? I never seen one flying around.
But you could say that maybe it's flightless, like a chicken. A kiwi. Yes, kiwi.
Okay.
Remember that? What was that? New Zealand... What's the game, Kenny? Kenny's the mysterious man in black in the corner.
New Zealand Story.
New Zealand Story. Do you remember the kiwi?
No.
It was a bird. Anyway. But if for the actual meal to be the actual animal, it would have to be really fat.
Okay, let's think about this logically. Now, for a conspiracy to be a thing, it has to have a purpose to it. It's like with the flat Earth. Like, what is the purpose of people making up that the Earth is flat?
What's the purpose of the Loch Ness Monster?
What's the purpose? Well, that's the purpose. It's a tourist attraction. So, what's the purpose of the haggis animal bird?
Scottish independence. It links to Scottish independence. It is that. Oh, Alfie, shout out to Alfie. He told me a useless factoid about this.
Alfie don't know about conspiracy.
Well, I ran the Haggai story past Alfie.
Did you? Go on.
Did.
I'd love to hear his thoughts.
And he didn't really have much thoughts on Haggai, but he said he learned something that the the Scottish animal,
Yeah.
the animal they have on their flags and things,
Yeah.
is a unicorn.
Is it?
Yeah. So they've got
Mind you,
unicorns
Welsh
and Loch Ness
dragons.
monsters, and you're not believing in Haggai.
I'm not believing in it. I just don't see what the point of it is, especially if they're keeping it a secret. Well, they're eating something that is like a sheep's bladder or whatever the fuck it's meant to be. It's pretty gross anyway.
It
Stomach
is.
or whatever the fuck.
But if that was actually not a sheep's bladder, but was actually a Haggai, what would it look like? It'd be fat.
But how does it fly? Oh, it doesn't fly. It's flightless.
Yeah, it's like chickens. It's like KFC. Yeah, chickens.
Is it genetically modified or is this a natural phenomenon?
I don't know.
There's a lot of unknowns in this story.
There is a lot of unknowns.
Listeners, what do you think? Are you listening in Scotland?
Hashtag Haggai.
How do you spell Haggai?
Hagggi.
Hagggi. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Haggai?
So, hold on. You just read about this on the internet by accident.
No, I looked for it.
Why? What made you look for it? Was it part of Illuminatter research?
I was actually looking, this is so bizarre, I was looking for a Haggis joke.
Why?
Because I wanted to tell Matt from BB Spy a Haggis joke.
Have you told him about the Haggai?
Yes, but I've spoken to two of my Scottish friends,
Yeah.
which is Matt and Johnny. Mm-hmm. Both of them deny it.
Oh, of course they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're involved in it.
Yes.
It's part of the culture,
It's
isn't it?
part of the conspiracy.
You don't tell English people about it.
About the Haggai.
No, it's the first rule of Haggai Club is you don't talk
It's like
about
fairies.
it.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're like fairies.
Oh, the fairies at the bottom of the garden. That
Yeah.
turned out to be a hoax, didn't it? Remember, she had
Yeah.
pictures of them. I remember those when I was little. I'm thinking,
They're actually like really impressive.
They look good,
Photoshops
yeah.
for the time.
It was good.
Considering there was no Photoshop.
Photoshop.
There was no Photoshop at
It's
the
like
time.
newspaper cuttings.
They probably stuck them on with glue and then photocopy. I mean, they wouldn't have had
I believed in those. Should we talk more generally about conspiracy theories then? Have you got
Yeah.
more Haggai chat?
No, I've got nothing
All right,
more about the
listeners, tell
Haggai.
us what you think about the Haggai.
Hashtag Haggai.
Did you used to read the 14 Times back in the day? Do you know what that is? Yeah.
I'm part of their Facebook page
Are
as well.
you? Oh, I need to follow that because my brothers used to read that, and I used to love like the strange deaths and like,
Yes.
all the all the sort of that fairies on the bottom of the garden, Loch Ness monster, all that sort of stuff. Oh, I need to follow that Facebook group.
Did you know the guy who invented those, those roller scooter things?
Oh, Segway.
Segways.
He died on a Segway.
He died on a Segway. He went off a cliff.
Yes, I know. I've seen it on 1,000 Ways to Die. You've watched 1,000 Ways to Die?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so fucking
Yeah,
good.
he went off a cliff on a Segway.
I already knew that. Do you know what? I'm one of the only people who actually know that. 1,000 Ways to Die, they're always like either like a slut or like a murderer, or they always get what's coming to them.
They do.
And they always have a good pun about it as well. Although the puns aren't that good. Sometimes I can think of a better one.
They need more Haggai.
Yeah. What's your favourite conspiracy theory? Come on, let's give people a taste of what's to come if they tune in. Otherwise, it ain't happening.
Oh, my favourite one is always going to be aliens and the Greys. I love the Greys.
Oh, you got to love the great. What
The
about
Greys.
those tall Swedish ones that Gaz slept with? Do you listen to that on our podcast? Are you behind? You don't know about Gaz sleeping with an alien?
No,
Oh,
when did
Gary,
Gaz-
come
When
on.
did Gus sleep with an alien?
He slept with an alien.
If I knew there was paranormal, I would have bumped you up the queue.
Because we were talking about, Kat on Big Brother USA was saying
Yeah.
she's into conspiracy theories and she's talking about the different types.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Gaz for the different types. Obviously you got the greys, you got the very tall ones who have
Yeah.
very smooth features. And Gaz was like, fuck, I think I slept with one of those.
Are you sure he just wasn't Swedish?
And he talked about this date that you had with him and he was a very peculiar guy.
Oh, like the Ananuki? Is that what they're-
Maybe. I don't know. I
You
know.
got the reptilians as well, but he wouldn't have been a
Oh,
reptilian.
you got about at least six different types.
Yeah. We need David Icon as a guest.
Oh, I fucking love David Icke. I love him so much. He's so good. But yeah, anyway, Gaz slept with an alien, so that's a scoop for you right there.
Oh.
But I do like the aliens. I like, my brother used to be obsessed with like how the aliens built the pyramids. That was a hot topic.
Yes.
Do you believe in that?
Well, there's something interesting about that because it's like there's no human way it could have been built the way it has been built.
Of course not. Look at it. I've been there. I've been to Egypt. I've seen them pyramids.
And the fact that like it's sort of like underground tunnels underneath and everything as well, it's very, very suspicious.
I've been in them crypts. Look at Stonehenge. How did that put itself together? Think on.
Yeah. Really, I never really thought about it. It's just a load of rocks in the middle of a field, didn't it?
Massive. Kenny, what do you think? He's not having it.
Teddy's not joining him.
Do you know what my favourite conspiracy theory is? Well, one of my favourites. I've got a few. 9/11, all that sort of shit. But we'll cover that another day.
Yeah.
But I really like the Mandela effect. Isn't it fun?
I love the Mandela
Isn't it fun?
effect.
Isn't it fun? It's
So
one that
fun.
doesn't fuck with... It's not offensive like 9/11.
No.
That can upset people. But Mandela effect, everyone can get on board with that.
It is, and you can use it as an excuse. So if you've got something completely wrong and somebody goes, I don't remember it happening like that, go, Mandela effect.
Yeah. It's so true. Like, it's just... like that interview with a vampire, the vampire, that proper blows people's minds when you like stop and ask them about that.
Yeah.
And like you might go, oh well, it's just like you're remembering it wrong or whatever. But it's like I remember it.
I remember Luke, I am your father.
Yes. I had interview with the vampire. A poster with it on.
Yeah.
I wish that I had a fucking photo in my bedroom because I will swear up and down. And my memory, admittedly, isn't that good, but I do actually remember being a teenager. And what else is there? Sex in the City.
I remember Sex in the City.
Yeah, I remember Nelson Mandela dying. Also,
See, I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
I do remember that. The Flintstones. We had a whole thing about that in the Big Brother chat.
We did. Yes,
that is. But it can't just be people misremembering because why would a group of people collectively misremember stuff?
I do wonder whether it's been changed on something a bit more popular that came out afterwards, and it's been misquoted from that in particular.
How can people have such a strong memory of it being different?
Well, it's like the guy who played Darth Vader says it's Luke, I am your father, and it isn't.
And what really is it?
No, I am your father.
Bollocks, is it? Yeah. No, I am your father.
He goes, no, I am your father.
No, no, it is not.
It's like it's not Houston, we have a problem.
Oh yeah,
it's Houston, we had a problem now.
You said that to me today.
I did. I think I said have though. I said it the correct way.
You did.
I said it the correct way.
This is bullshit. I don't believe when people go, "Oh, you're just misremembering." I don't believe it. How can millions and millions of people collectively misremember something? But what's the purpose of it? Is it
there's
like
a theory
alternate
that it's
dimensions?
time travel gone wrong, whereas people, like, if you go to a point where we've invented time travel, obviously they can come back to this point, and if they've changed something,
it's like sliding doors.
Yeah.
What about this time travel websites you say you've been looking at? What's been going on there?
I'll tell you that, the government.
What?
The government will know.
Oh. What about time travel? The government ain't listening to this.
They're going to arrest me
worry.
by search
They've got
history.
other things on their mind at the moment.
It's time travel. I'm a member of various paranormal groups and woo groups, as we call them.
Ah, go on. What's the woo group?
Woo is basically just anything paranormal or conspiracy related. So
I've never heard of that.
yeah, you just go, what's your favourite kind of woo?
You know about AMAC?
AMAC.
Yeah. See, this is something I know that you don't know.
What?
I can't remember what it stands for, but anyway, I was talking to a few people, Lorcan Murphy and that about this. It's basically like, it's a YouTube channel. It's like, I can't remember what AMAC stands for, it's something ridiculous. But anyway, they're like all people who had encounters with aliens.
Ooh.
And they all like tell their like personal story. They're about an hour and a half, 2 hours long of just one person telling their story. This one woman, like the aliens kept moving the USB sticks around in her house. She's like, oh, they're very cheeky. And then her son went to work one day and she was like, oh, he got abducted by aliens and he come back and he couldn't go to his job that day. It's like,
That's convenient.
Yeah, it's like, okay. AMAC is good. Those stories
I know
are good.
for a fact our friend Molly, she has been regularly abducted because she has blackouts on a regular basis in the middle of festivals.
That'll explain it. And she's wrapped in tinfoil several times, I've heard, at festivals.
She is. But, I mean, interesting you said about that USB one, because I heard a story once. It was somebody being interviewed about an alien encounter they had. It was this lady, she lived on her own. And she woke up in the night and heard rattling in her kitchen. And instead of doing like the normal thing, you know, like grab something to twat the burglar with, she went into her kitchen, like proper horror movie.
Right.
She went into her kitchen and found a grey in her kitchen, going through her drawers, stealing her forks.
Why?
And apparently this happened every day for 3 months, and she didn't once get a picture of it, but she apparently killed one.
Oh, yeah?
When it was trying to steal her rest of her cutlery. It must be annoying to keep buying cutlery every day.
What did she kill it with?
She said she twatted it round. Well, she didn't say twatted. I said twatted. She hit it round the head with a spade, I think she said.
Oh, yeah.
And it fell to the ground, and conveniently it dissolved into little bits and wasn't able to be...
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
I'd like to have seen the CGI on that.
But I was trying to work out why they would go to this one woman's house to steal her forks when they could go to like IKEA or something.
Good question.
If they need it as a power source, IKEA would be a much better place.
Maybe she had really nice forks. What the fork?